Hello everyone and welcome to this special airing of PBCJ Presents. My name is Maya Chen. On the occasion of the commemoration of the Chinese New Year, PBCJ is airing a special edition of our weekly show to highlight the Jamaica-Chinese relationship. We join with our Chinese brothers and sisters in the month of February, which marks the start of the Chinese New Year. Hello and welcome to PBCJ Presents. I'm Maya Chung. My guest today is His Excellency, the Chinese Ambassador to Jamaica, Chen Jiang. Welcome, sir, to the show.
Welcome. Happy New Year. 很高兴。
I'm very pleased to be interviewed by the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica. This is actually my first video interview by Jamaican media since my tenure more than half a year ago. We enjoyed Christmas and New Year holidays recently, and the Chinese New Year is coming within days. I would like to, on behalf of the Chinese Embassy in Jamaica and on my own behalf, send New Year greetings to Jamaican friends and wish Chinese communities in Jamaica Happy Chinese New Year. I wish you and your family good health, every success and happiness. I look forward to sharing my views and thoughts on some questions in the interview.
Shishi. Ambassador, how is it or what is it that you are most proud of between the countries China and Jamaica? We've had diplomatic relations for 50 years and they've been going well. Tell us, what is the proudest thing that you can think of at this time?
The year 2022 marks the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the People's Republic of China and Jamaica. In the past 50 years, under the strategic guidance of the leaders of our two countries, China-Jamaica relations have always maintained a good momentum of development, with the two sides deepening political mutual trust, achieving fruitful results in practical cooperation, and increasing friendship between the peoples, which has been bringing tangible results to our countries and our peoples. We are proud that China and Jamaica have enjoyed 50 years of mutual trust and respect, with constantly strengthened political mutual trust. Jamaica was among the first countries in the English-speaking Caribbean region to establish diplomatic relations with China. Jamaica was the first Caribbean country to establish strategic partnership with China, and the first Caribbean country to sign with China the cooperation plan on promoting Belt and Road cooperation. In November 2019, President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Andrew Holness agreed to elevate bilateral relations to strategic partnership, resulting a triple jump in bilateral relations, namely from the establishment of diplomatic relations to a friendly relationship seeking common development, and to the strategic partnership. Since then, China-Jamaica relations have been enjoying accelerated development, representing a fine example of building a new type of international relations. Our countries have been supporting each other on matters involving our core interests and major concerns. We appreciate the Jamaican government's firm adherence to the One China principle. We are proud that China and Jamaica have enjoyed 50 years of mutual benefits and win-win cooperation, with continuously deepened practical cooperation. The total investment by Chinese companies in Jamaica exceeded $2.1 billion, creating more than 35,000 direct jobs for Jamaica. Our bilateral trade volume exceeded $900 million in 2022. Fruitful outcomes have been yielded in China-Jamaica practical cooperation. from the new headquarters of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade to the Chinese Garden at Hope Gardens, from the Confucius Institute at Mona campus of the University of West Indies to the China Aid kindergartens, from the Montego Convention Center to the Western Children's Hospital, and from the North-South Highway to the Montego Bay Perimeter Road and the Southern Coastal Highway. Jamaica's Blue Mountain coffee, rum, and lobster are also favored by Chinese people and have become Jamaica's delicate name cards in China. Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, our countries have extended mutual assistance in solidarity to push through the hardships together. Vaccines and mobile vaccination buses donated by China to Jamaica were widely welcomed. China and Jamaica jointly wrote a new chapter of China-Jamaica friendship.
我们感到自豪的是，
We are proud that China and Jamaica have enjoyed 50 years of mutual understanding and mutual support with increasingly intensive people-to-people and cultural exchanges. China has provided scholarships to hundreds of Jamaican students for them to have a shot at their dreams. China has provided short-term training sessions to nearly 3,000 Jamaicans from different sectors for them to unleash their potential. China's Bright Journey medical missions help return a bright and colorful world to over 700 Jamaican cataract patients. It is unforgettable that in 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics, over 90,000 audience members sang Happy Birthday to the Jamaican legend, Mr. Usain Bolt. It is unforgettable that in 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics, Jamaica sent its largest delegation in history to compete. From the Mandarin classes at the Confucius Institute of UV Mona campus to Huawei's ICT Talent Hub in Jamaica, and from the program of Mandarin teacher in Jamaica to the program of sports training, highlights abound in our country's people-to-people and cultural exchanges.
2022年11月，习近
In
平
November 2022, President Xi Jinping and the Governor General Sir Patrick Allen exchanged congratulatory messages on the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between our countries, providing the strategic guidance, pointing out the future direction and setting the goals for the future development of China-Jamaica relations. China stands ready to work with Jamaica to further advance China-Jamaica strategic partnership from the new starting point of the golden jubilee of our country's diplomatic relations, and pool our efforts to enhance our people's sense of gains and happiness, create an even more brilliant future for China-Jamaica relations in another 50 years, and jointly build a China-Jamaica community with a shared future in the new era.
The Chinese New Year always falls on the first day of the Chinese New Year's calendar. This is typically following the first full moon, which falls between January 21 and February 20. Ambassador, what strategies would you recommend to Jamaica after 50 years of relationship for our country, Jamaica, to achieve some of the moderate prosperity that the Chinese people have achieved over the years?
新中国成立以来，
Since the founding of the People's Republic of China, particularly following China's reform and opening up, China achieved a twin miracles of rapid economic growth and long-term stability. China has completed the first centenary goal of building a moderately prosperous society in all respects, and is striving with confidence towards the second centenary goal. The rejuvenation of Chinese nation has entered an irreversible historical process. China made such globally recognized development achievements because of multiple reasons and owing to a number of conditions. The most fundamental one is the strong leadership of the Communist Party of China. In China, it is a household saying that without the CPC, there is no new China. still lasts the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. The leadership of CPC is a defining feature of socialism with Chinese characteristics and is the greatest strength of the socialist system with Chinese characteristics.
据统计，截止
By
到
the end of
2020年
2021, there are 96.712 million CPC members. They are leading with the power of example in all sectors, all fields, and all places of China, contributing all their strengths and wisdom to China's development and stability. Every year, the CPC receives millions of entrants who replenish the party with renewed vitality and pioneering spirit. The CPC, with its sustained strong tenacity and capability, has been leading as a core force in building socialism with Chinese characteristics. This is the fundamental reason and the solid underpinning for China to achieve miracles and prosperity.
在中国共产党的
Under the strong leadership of the CPC, China finished the industrialization process to become the world's second-largest economy in a matter of several decades, whereas this process took developed countries several centuries. The abiding purpose of CPC is to serve the people wholeheartedly. It has been giving top priority to people's interests and sticks to people-centered development philosophy. While advancing economic development, it always improves people's livelihood and well-being, strengthens social governance, and fosters sound social order, laying solid groundwork for long-term social stability that in turn provides effective support for China's economic development. All of this endears the CPC to the people. According to a survey, the approval ratings of the CPC and the Chinese government among Chinese people are long above 90% at the top of the world rankings.
在中国共产党的坚强领导下
Under the strong leadership of the CPC, China formulated 5-year plans and long-term development plans, one after another, to draw up a great blueprint for its development and set out national long-term development targets by leveraging the international advantage of rallying strength to achieve great things. The CPC led generations of Chinese people in concerted efforts to turn the impossible into the possible and ultimately into realities. In October 2022, the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China was successfully held. The Congress drew up a great blueprint and set out a pathway for building China into a great modern socialist country in all respects. We have adopted a 2-step strategy plan, moderately social country in all respects. Basically realize the social modernization from 2020 through 2035, build China into a great modern socialist country that is prosperous, strong, democratic, culturally advanced, harmonious, and beautiful from 2035 through the middle of this country.
所以啊
Therefore, as you can see, China has planned for its development in nearly 30 years. Compared with other countries in the world, that is incredible. I hold the conviction that under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, China will surely achieve even greater development, complete the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, and deliver more development opportunities to Jamaica and other countries, and more benefits to all peoples. China always believes that there's no such a one-size-fits-all model for the development in the world. Different countries need to independently explore and find development paths that suit their national conditions. China follows its own pathway. It does not import foreign models, nor does it export Chinese models. We have also noted that quite a few countries, especially developing countries, are keenly interested in China's development experience and practice. For that matter, we would love to discuss and share with them, but we will never act as some countries to impose their own view upon others. 2022 marks the 60th anniversary of Jamaica's independence. endowed with great geographical advantage, unique cultural appeal, and rich creativity. Jamaica has great potential and bright prospect for economic and social development. China believes that the Jamaican government and people have the wisdom and capability to find a development path and model that suits its national realities. We also believe that Jamaica will go from strength to strength in its future development. If I may give any advice in light of China's practice, I believe the priority would be to strengthen infrastructure development. As the Chinese saying goes, to make money, you must build solid roads. Without well-developed infrastructure network, we will hit a bottleneck in doing many things. China's increasingly well-developed infrastructure, including more and more new high-speed railways, expressways, and upgraded seaports and airports, fully unlocked the dynamism and the potential in China's socio-economic development. Second, we need to build an industrial system in the real economy. The real economy is the cornerstone of a country's economy and the very source for the creation of wealth. Industry provides important support for a country's economic growth. Without the support of industries in the real economy, economic development can hardly be sustainable or stable. As we speak, China is the only country with all industries in the International Standard Industrial Classification of all economic activities under the United Nations, and China ranks the first in the world in terms of the output of many industrial products. Last but not least is to step up input in education to cultivate more talents. Educational input is a fundamental and strategic investment that supports the country's long-term development and forms important material basis for a country's education. Over the past decades, increasing input in education enabled China to develop a number of talents in various fields. Currently, there are nearly 200 million high-caliber talents that received higher education or vocational education. They are providing strong support and underpinning China's socio-economic development.
Ambassador, what would you recommend that Jamaica does going forward in our path for green development or environmental manifestations in the positive?
Green development has become a trend in global development. I'm delighted to see that Jamaica is making good efforts and playing positive roles in pursuing green and low-carbon development, protecting ecological environment, and responding to climate change. During recent years, Jamaica has been delivering on the Vision 2030 Jamaica to promote the transformation towards more resilient and inclusive green economy. Much headway has been made, and examples are abundant. In actively exploring the energy system for sustainable development, Jamaica is developing solar energy and wind energy. In pushing for the use of electric vehicles, Jamaica has rolled out relevant preferential tax policies. In strengthening the protection of the Blue Mountain and other biodiversity areas, Jamaica is implementing the A Jamaican Path from hills to ocean and other initiatives. As the first Caribbean country that updated its nationally determined contribution according to the Paris Agreement, Jamaica is also leading the way as a role model in fully implementing the Paris Agreement. I do appreciate these efforts. As Jamaica, China is also committed to achieving green, low-carbon, and sustainable development. It firmly follows a green development path that prioritizes ecological preservation and promotes all-round green transformation in its socio-economic development. China has made its solemn pledge to peak carbon dioxide emissions before 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality before 2060. China has always been matching its words with concrete actions and results, and will surely make its major contributions to global efforts against climate change. In 2021, China's carbon emission intensity declined by 50.8% compared to 2005. Across China today, every place holds dear the idea that green mountains and lucid waters are indeed mountains of gold and silver, and everyone is aware that we need to protect the ecological environment as we protect our eyes. There is no doubt that ecological and environmental issues respect no borders, and no country can stay intact when others are in peril. Mankind is in a community with a shared future, and only cooperation can help us overcome climate change, ocean pollution, biodiversity loss, and other global environmental issues that are becoming increasingly serious. In September 2021, Chinese President Xi Jinping proposed the Global Development Initiative, calling for more robust, greener, and more balanced global development. This initiative gives priority to development, adopts the people-centered philosophy, and focuses on the most pressing issues facing developing countries. These issues include green development, climate change mitigation, poverty reduction, food security, digital economy development, connectivity enhancement, and the need for quicker implementation of the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. There are great synergies between the vision of the Global Development Initiative and that of Jamaica's green development. Jamaica is China's important partner and sincere friend in the Caribbean region. This is great potential for the cooperation between our countries in green and low-carbon development, ecological preservation, and climate change mitigation. China is prepared to pursue Belt and Road cooperation with Jamaica and would like to deepen cooperation with Jamaica under the framework of Global Development Initiative in areas such as green infrastructure, low-carbon energy, and electric vehicles. All of this is in bid to promote the materialization of Vision 2030 Jamaica, jointly respond to the challenge of climate change, and achieve high-standard, mutually beneficial, and win-win cooperation so as to deliver more benefits to our countries and our peoples. China also stands ready to work with Jamaica and other countries to pursue a harmonious, symbolic, and relationship between mankind and nature, build a shared future for all life on Earth, and foster a clean and beautiful world.
So what are some of the do's and don'ts during the Chinese New Year? Well, according to Chinese tradition, there should be no sweeping and no carrying out of rubbish either. According to the Chinese, you are carrying away your good fortune. In addition, there should be no clothes washing, hair washing, or bathing. The water god in the tradition of the Chinese takes primary focus during the commemoration of the Chinese New Year. Using no water pays him respect. Ambassador, how do you see Jamaica using the science and technology that exists here to accomplish more progress going forward?
众所周知
As we all know, science and technology are increasingly become the driving force of socioeconomic development. There's a famous saying in China which goes, "Science and technology constitute a primary productive force." I'm glad to see that Jamaican government and the Chinese government share the same view, and both attach great importance to the development of the country's overall scientific and technological strengths. The Prime Minister Andrew Holness has repeatedly proposed to build Jamaica into the technology and innovation hub of the Caribbean and cultivate more high-quality scientific and technological talents in Jamaica by systematically transforming the educational system and the construction of science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics disciplines.
同时呢，
Meanwhile, Jamaica is promoting the development of digital technology and unleashing the momentum of digital economy so as to accelerate Jamaica's social transformation and the construction of digital Jamaica through the implementation of the National Broadband Initiative, the National Identification System, National Strategy for Development of Digital Service Industry, as well as the promotion of digital currency. These measures are all effective ones, which could fundamentally promote social progress through scientific and technological progress. Promoting the development of education is a matter that will benefit not only this generation, but many more to come, which I highly appreciate.
中亚两国
China and Jamaica also have a great foundation for cooperation and enjoy broad prospects for development in the field of science and technology. The Chinese government and enterprises are willing to actively support Jamaica to achieve technological innovation and development. For example, the Chinese government's Brightness Journey medical team shares the latest diagnosis and treatment technology with Jamaican medical staff while treating Jamaican patients for free.
在亚的中资企业也
Chinese enterprises in Jamaica are also actively participating in Jamaica's construction of STEM and have carried out industry-university research cooperation with Jamaica in the fields of information and communication technology and construction engineering. For another example, Chinese companies such as Huawei, ZTE, and China Harbor have taken root in Jamaica and made important contributions to Jamaica's socio-economic development by actively fulfilling their social responsibilities, providing Jamaica with high-quality products and services, creating jobs, actively sharing technical experience to local employees and students, and cultivating many talents in the ICT and engineering construction. This all made important contributions to Jamaica's socio-economic development.
Ambassador, what can Jamaica do to sustain economic growth?
近年来
In recent years, under the leadership of the Prime Minister Andrew Holness, Jamaican government has introduced various measures to improve the business environment, attract foreign investment, and expand foreign trade to achieve economic recovery from the COVID-19 and maintain sustained and healthy growth. The first half of 2022 witnessed an increase of 6.1% of Jamaica's economy. The service sector contributed good performance with an increase of 8.1%. The unemployment rate once reached the lowest level at 6%. The debt ratio is decreasing. This fully demonstrates strong leadership of Jamaican government and the strong resilience of Jamaica's economy. I believe that with constant socio-economic progress, Jamaica would march towards the goal of reigniting a nation for greatness. As is known to all, China has yielded remarkable achievements since its reform and opening up more than 4 decades ago. I wish to take this chance to share with Jamaican friends 3 things from China's experience in achieving rapid economic development.
首先
First, attracting foreign investment is one of the strong impetus to drive socio-economic development. Foreign investment could bring advanced management experience, create jobs, and promote industrial improvements so as to enhance national competitiveness. Jamaica enjoys an advantageous location and convenient business environment. The potential to attract investment is huge. I attended the Investment in Jamaica 2022 conference in November 2022. During that conference, the Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the Finance Minister Nigel Clark, and the Industry, Investment and Commerce Minister Auburn Hill made remarks, and I saw the determination of Jamaican government to attract foreign investment. I think this will also give confidence to investors around the world, including those from China.
此前呢
In addition, the Chinese embassy worked together with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade and the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce to host China-Shandong-Jamaica Investment Promotion Conference and set up cooperation bridge between Jamaica and Shandong Province, an economic powerhouse of China. In the future, China is willing to deepen cooperation with Jamaica in areas such as construction, agriculture, fisheries, renewable energy, ICT, and talent cultivation to tap more potential for future cooperation and achieve win-win results. Second, infrastructure is an important pillar for socio-economic development. As one of the important drivers for steady economic growth, improving infrastructure could attract investment, enhance related industrial chain, and promote high-quality development. Infrastructure development could change the outlook of a country and give investors confidence. I'm very happy to see that Jamaica shares the same governance philosophy with China by attracting great importance to infrastructure construction. For example, it is appreciated that Jamaican government started the Montego Bay Perimeter Road project through good physical control and management, despite the continuous impact of the pandemic. Jamaica is undertaking the transformation to digital Jamaica, to which the ICT infrastructure is an important, inseparable part. Besides infrastructure, China is also willing to enhance cooperation with Jamaica in ICT infrastructure and build more diverse projects that covers more areas to support Jamaica's high quality and sustainable socio-economic development. Lastly, I think sound social security environment is the premise of rapid economic growth. According to the media, criminal cases were on a rise during Christmas holiday. You might have already noticed that 2 security guards were shot dead recently in a Chinese company. This is an outrageous attack. I would like to call on the Jamaica's constabulary force to step up efforts in terms of investigation to solve the case at an early time and return justice to the victims of their family. It will also contribute to a better investment environment for foreign investors. I also noticed that Jamaican government and the GCF are fighting harder against the criminals by adopting various measures in order to maintain social order. Winning the battle against crime and creating a sound social environment will guarantee the safety and prosperity of the country. It will also contribute to the enterprises working here. It will also make people safe and happy living and investing in Jamaica and lay a foundation for Jamaica's stable socio-economic development. As one of the safest countries in the world, China is willing to strengthen cooperation with Jamaica in sharing experience and technological methods in this regard in order to build Jamaica into a safe and sound society.
All right, Ambassador, thank you so much. My last question is this. You've been here with us for a while. What is it that you enjoy most about Jamaica's culture?
Jamaica, known as the Shining Pearl on the Caribbean Sea, is one of the world's most popular tourist destinations with beautiful beaches, bright sunshine, and splendid blue mountain. Jamaica is also a visa-free travel destination for Chinese nationals. I arrived in Jamaica on May 30, 2022. In the past over 6 months, I met with Jamaicans from all walks of life and made some friends. I visited many places on the island, such as Montego Bay, Spanish Town, Orchards, Mandeville, Portmore, Black River, and Lover's Leap, and attended various kinds of activities, from which I got strong feelings that Jamaica is a beautiful, open, and vibrant country, and Jamaican people are enthusiastic, friendly, and optimistic. Jamaican culture is diverse. I noticed the motto on Jamaica's national album upon my arrival of this country, which reads, "Out of many, one people." This saying vividly shows that Jamaica is a country of many ethnics, or a melting pot. Here in Jamaica, you can experience various cultural elements across the world: African, European, Asian, North American, Latin American, and Caribbean ones. the diversified and different styles of cuisines, dressings, architecture, and habits and customs in Jamaica make you feel the diversity of Jamaican society and the inclusiveness of Jamaican culture all the time. Jamaican culture is unique. I found during my stay here in Jamaica that Jamaican people have great talent and inspiration for art and culture. They are very good at singing and dancing and full of creativity. When I visited the National Gallery of Jamaica and saw different kinds of exhibit items, I was really impressed by the rich imagination and inexhaustible inspiration. The graffiti on the streets and the walls of houses vividly show Jamaican people's cultural heritage and become beautiful scenarios in Jamaica. The reggae music originated in Jamaica and listed on the list of the intangible cultural heritage of the UNESCO is Jamaica's great contributions to the development of world culture. I myself is fond of reggae music. Its unique rhythm and melody makes you feel very relaxed, and I think it's the best spokesperson of the unique Jamaican culture.
来到牙买加以后，我出席了牙买加。
Since my arrival in Jamaica, I attended the Jamaica 60 Independence Grand Gala, enjoyed the aromatic Blue Mountain coffee and Appleton rum, tasted fresh lobster that I bought at the Portmore Fishing Village, and had in-depth exchanges with students of the UV Mona campus and the North Caribbean universities, as well as some Jamaican youth, through which I fully experienced the charm of Jamaican culture in all respects. I will continue to walk around the island and explore more beauty of Jamaica and its culture. I also hope I could have more comprehensive and more impressive feelings and experiences of Jamaican culture to share with my next time interview in the future.
感受和体验。
Ambassador, thank you so much for being my guest. You have been watching a special edition of PBCJ Presents. My guest has been His Excellency, the Chinese Ambassador to Jamaica, Chen Jiang. Thank you very much for watching. Join us again for another episode of PBCJ Presents on this station.